Right, welcome to ABS Tier 4. Here we are for round 5 of Season 6 here in France. Yeah, I'm all on my own today. It's my first time commentating in a while, but hopefully we can have a good race here. I need to find out who will be first to start their laps. Williams, looks like it. So only 3 people going out on the medium so far, as Fire King is the first person to start his lap. Almost losing the car out of there. Now it comes down to turn 3. You want to hit the inside curb, as he does very well there. Carrying some good speed through there. And now almost flat out. Just having to lift off slightly just before you get onto the back straight. Opening DRS as early as possible. He will be approaching some traffic ahead, but hopefully they can move out of the way for him. Takes the chicane well, manages to keep his lap valid. 50.7 in the middle sector. We'll see if there's people that can do better than that after. Runs a little bit wide through there, but hooks it back onto the apex. And goes wide again. Not the greatest of laps, but we'll see as he's going through the second last corner now. Now opening the DRS on the run down to the line. What's it going to be? Say 31.5. Next is Aston. Backs off for Burning Man, who does a 32.1. Who is next? Oh, this man's revert. I don't know what I've just seen, but he has been disqualified and has now left the session. But anyway, Jetbelly, the current championship leader, having won 2 of the 4 rounds so far, is a 30.6 and goes provisional pole. Swinners on the mediums, 31.4. That's a very good time on the mediums for this tier. Let's go on board with Charlie through the final corner. He's just, I think he's about to start a new lap, maybe. We'll see what it is anyway. 31.8. Just goes ahead of Swinners and into P4. Jake now in the final sector. Right, on the run down to the line, open DRS, and we'll see what this is. Say 30.6 as well, very close to Jetbelly, but then a 9/10 gap back to P3. Swinners has crashed on his in lap. Well, I'm guessing he was on his in lap. He may have gone again. See if we can see it here. Yeah, must have just lost the car out of there and gone into the barrier. And now fresh 30.2. Yeah, that's a very good lap time from, I believe this is his first race in the tier. So yeah, that's very good. trying to find the next person on a lap. I think it's Chaz. As he runs off track and invalidates. Who's after him? It's an Alfa Romeo. Yeah, a lot of people just starting their new laps now. Not sure. I think it will be Kyle. Kyle is invalid. So maybe Ritzy to be the first person to set another lap time. Unless Aaron. Yeah, Aaron comes across the line and goes P2. It's a 30.4. Very close to the top, but then a big gap between P4 and P5. As he straight lines the first couple of corners, which it is allowed here, but as long as you don't interfere with other people's laps by doing so. And now Beans F1 through the final sector. Ritzy is just about to finish his lap. He goes P9 on the mediums, just slower than Swinners, who also did his time in the mediums. But here's Beans through the final corner. P2 last time out at Canada. What can he do here? 30.8 goes P5 between Y-Boy Jake and Fire King. Thrasher's invalid, Fascope invalid, Communist. Third in the championship, but very quick on his day is Communist. So he could definitely be a contender for pole here. As there is a car who is spun off track. Welcome to Tier 4. But anyway, Communist through the final corner. Opening the DRS. Going across the line, it's a 29.9. First person into the 29s. And he's 3 tenths clear of P2 behind him. Will he be the only person in the 29s? Well, I guess we'll find out. Still got 8 minutes left of this session. And anything could happen here. As Charlie invalidates his lap. Let's see who else. Burning Man's invalid. Lewis. 3 tenths up on his current best. Would put him into 8th, but maybe he's gained some more time here in the final sector. Through the final corner. On the run down to the line now. What's it going to be? He does a 31.2, which does put him into P8 behind Kyle. So, I mean, we'll go on board with Chaz since everyone else is either invalid or on an in-lap or whatever. But anyway, through turn 5, I believe. Now, trying to put as much power down as you can without losing the car. Flat out through this left-hander. Onto the back straight, opening the DRS. Purple in sector 1 I saw there. Now, can he keep it going for the final 2 parts of the lap? Braking here for the chicane. Keeping it on the track and trying your best not to lose the car, but still putting the power down as early as possible. This right-hander up here, flat out, trying to keep a tight line to gain as much time as possible. Wide sweeping line through there, trying to keep the car straight coming out. Not running off track through there. It seems to be a good lap from Chaz. not wanting to take that inside curb on the not wanting to take the inside curb and getting a good run out of the final corner and up to the line. It's a 30.5 and goes P4 between Aaron Ocon and Jet Belly. Fire King on an invalid lap, so I think he's going again. Ski Man in sector 2, I think will be the next person for us to look at. Goes slightly wide through there, just manages to keep it valid though. Hasn't got a time on the board yet, so this is crucial for him to just set a lap and see where he can go. Very easy to invalidate around here. Lots of quick corners where if you turn in a bit too late or a bit too early, could easily have your lap taken away from you. Now through the final couple of corners. Avoids the inside curb like he should. Gets the DRS open. And now won't be pole. It's a 31.196. Now he'll have that delta. Now he's got a lap in. And now he doesn't need to worry about starting from last on the grid. Fire King just finishing his lap. We'll see where this puts him. Currently in P11 with 31.5. Can he improve on that to 31.0? And it goes P8 ahead of Kyle and behind Beans F1. Communist nearly 4 tenths quicker than his previous best. We'll ride on board with him for this lap, opening the DRS. It's a long straight up here, we'll see a lot of overtakes in the race. Does the chicane nicely. Now we're approaching the second sector split here, and he's still 3 tenths up. Not a lot of steering angle through there. He's just got to still be gaining time by the end of this lap, and I don't think anyone will be able to match him. Already 3 tenths ahead of anyone, and he can go even further. Avoid Lewis on the outside of the corner. Brake for the final corner. Gets a bit of wheel spin. But here we go, down to the line. So 29.7 for Communist MV. Now 5 tenths ahead of anybody. Fresh has invalidated his lap. Jet Belly also invalid. Ritzy Buffalo is up on his time though. But he slightly runs off track, doesn't invalidate, but would have lost a bit of time there from having to lift. Goes off track again, yeah, I think he's backed out of that. Kyle, now in the sweeping right-hander. Runs a bit wide, loses a lot of time through there. Yeah, not a great sequence of corners through there, but here we go. A very difficult corner this. Almost losing the car out of the final corner, but will he still be improving? Currently in P10, goes to P9. Now 2 minutes left in the session. People will be going out now and getting ready for their final runs. I don't know if there's a timing glitch, there might be, but as of right now, I think there is 2 minutes to go. Lewis getting ready for another lap, I think. Kyle, no. Right, I just need to find someone who's starting a lap or something. Ah, Lewis has ran wide. Someone spun. Ski man. Resets the track. I don't know if that's allowed in quali. I know it's not allowed in the race. But, you know, it's different rules. We'll go with ski. Well, actually, Bean's invalid. Fast Scoped invalid. Jake valid, but I think he had that spin before. Jetbelly has retired. I think he's done that on track, or he may have. Communist is also retired. That's in the pit lane though. That's him done for the session. We'll see as Jake approaches the second split. Is he up? Yes, he is up by almost 3/10, which would be good enough to take him up to P3. So we'll see if he can keep this lap going and valid through this final sector. Using all the track through there. Want to stay as close to the curb as possible, but not using it too much. And here we go, into the second last corner. Tight line to set you up for the final corner. And it gives you a good exit out of there. And now on the run down to the line, where will he go? It's 30.1, it's P2. And yes, the checker flag is out. There isn't a timing glitch. That I know of anyway. Aaron Ocon, still valid. Approaching the second sector split, what will it be? He's a 10th off of his best. So he's going to need a very strong final sector to make much out of this. We'll see if we can find the Red Bull in sector 3. Now Ski Man going slowly, so Aaron Ocon is the closest person to the line. Almost losing the car there. But now on the way down to the line, he doesn't improve and stays P4. Chaz is invalid. And then I think that's everyone. Yeah, it's just Chaz and Jake to cross the line. And this session will be done. And it looks like it will be Communist on pole from Jake, and then Fresh in P3. Right, so it's Communist MV who takes pole. 1 minute 27. No, 1 minute 29.709. Followed by Wideboard Jake in P2, Fresh in P3, Aaron Ocon 4th, Chaz F1 5th, Jetbelly 6th, Ritzy Buffalo 7th, Fast Scoped 8th, Beans F1 9th, and rounding out the top 10 it's Kyle 91 Smith. 1.2 seconds off of pole. Only 8/10 off of P2 though, and very close within the top 10 there. Alright guys, get your predictions into the chat. Unfortunately we don't have Sam Cole racing. Oh, it's a wet race. But yeah, I was going to say we don't have Sam Cole racing, so you can't say that Sam's going to crash. As that would be the obvious prediction. But anyway, now we've got to see Tier 4 race in the wet. Is it full wet? It looks like it, but it may be entered. Boy Lewis says that he's going to win. I guess we'll see. Already looks like we're about to start the formation lap. I believe that's Inter's. Yeah. Tyre, yeah, everyone on the Inters. So, as to go through it again, Communist first, Jake in second, Fresh in third, Aaron Okai in fourth, with the Alfa Romeo 2 and 4. Very strong qualifying from them. Chaz F1 in fifth, championship leader Jet Belly 1 down in sixth, Ritzy Buffalo 7th, Fastcoped 8th, Beans F1 9th, Kyle Smith 10th, Fire King and Ski Man both disqualified in this formation lap, but are P11 and P12 for the race start. Y-Boy Lewis in P13, JRT Charlie P14, Swinners 28, last week's race winner out in Canada, is starting P15 after a crash in qualifying and doing his previous lap on the mediums. Burning Man in P16, GSR Thrasher down in 17th, and the Idiont in P18, who I believe is disconnected. Actually, so let me see if I can quickly get him back in. Alright, I wait. The Idiont. There we go, I've sent him an invite, so hopefully he can get back in. Alright, let's get the telemetry back on, and we will, coming through the final corner, it will soon be time for the race start here in France. Communist from pole, can he hold on to that? No alternate strategy to worry about, as everyone is on the intermediate tyres. Will it dry up? I don't know. Right. 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go here in France. Communist looks to have gotten a decent start. But, oh, there's a big crash already. A Ferrari and a Haas already in the wall. Communist holds on to P1. Going to turn 1. It's a virtual safety car. Who was that in the wall? It's Ritzy and Chaz, who had both crashed. I'm not sure what happened there. Whether they just lost it off the start or if there was a collision. But Ritzy now 7 seconds off the rest of the group. We have had a few penalties though. Ski Man, Beans, Burning Man and Lewis all were 5 seconds, which will probably be removed if there is no safety car for them to serve that penalty under. We will see people doing 1 stops, I'm guessing. Oh, wait, we are already going again. JFT Charlie with a drive-through penalty. And Communist already with a 6/10 gap. Fast scoped, very close to the back of Jet Belly. But then there's already a 1 second gap from 4th to 5th. Y-Boy Lewis with a move on. He's disconnected, yeah, he didn't join. But anyway. Kyle's got past Fast Scoped. Ski Man going off in the background. This is very hectic and difficult to keep up with. But yeah, not a lot going on at the minute. Just everyone's settling back into their positions. We have got yellow flags at the back. Who is that who's gone off? That's Burning Man. I don't know what's happened to him, but yeah, he dropping down the order and receives a 10-second penalty for track limits. So back at the front is Communist, who almost has a 1-second lead ahead of Fresh already. Aaron Ocon and Y-Boy Jake swapping positions. Will Jake come back at him? Going into turn 3. No, he's going to sit behind. But yeah, the front two have really gotten away here. Communist leading by a second, and then Fresh 2 seconds ahead of Aaron. The two Alfa Romeos battling out. I didn't see what happened at turn 1. Has clearly not helped them. As Ski Man's going to try and go down the inside up into the chicane, trying to get ahead of his teammate, who does brake later and keeps the position. Chaz F1 has retired now, and that's another virtual safety car. Who is commentating? Yeah, Jarv, this is Rossi. Yeah, I'm all on my own though. So, yeah, here we are. Alright, let's take a quick look at the position changes. Ritzy dropping down 10 places after that crash off the start line. JRT Charlie going up 6 places, clearly liking these conditions. The rest hasn't changed too much. We've got a few people. Well, Kyle's gone up 4, and a couple people going up by 3. Someone did just go into the pit lane there. That's Charlie. I wonder if he's trying to serve a penalty or something. But have we gone racing yet? I'm not sure. I want to see what Charlie's doing though. Yeah, must have just been to serve a 5-second or something. But here we go, we are racing again. Jet Belly behind the 2 Alfa Romeos. The championship leader will want to gain as many points as possible on the people around him. But currently, you know, qualified in like 6th and sitting in 5th is probably not what he wanted. Swinner's now getting ahead of Y-Boy Lewis. That means that he's now gained 4 positions. The Y-Boy Lewis is going to come back at him. Literally pushing him through the previous corner. Wants to go to the inside to get the move done into the chicane. But no, he thinks better of it. Probably the smart decision. The Alfa Romeos are swapping again. But that's allowed Jet Belly to get a good run through the turn 10 right-hander, I believe. Aaron going off the track, but stays in P4. Runs slightly wide again. Must have had a moment in the middle of the corner. But these conditions, you just struggle to get past anyone. Jet Belly leaving the door wide open for... Oh, and almost dropping the car there. Kyle looks like he wants to get past here. Oh, he's got someone on his inside. It's fast scoped. These two going side by side through the final corner. Fast scope running off the track and picking up a penalty. And Ski Man's got a much better run on him. He moves across. It looked late, but Ski Man down the inside. And no, they've made contact. Ski Man's around. Fast Scope still in 7th. Would have cost him time, but you know, it's... I don't know whether that was a race incident or if that was Fast Scope's fault. That will be down to the stewards later on tonight, probably. Fire King close to the back of Beans. He's got a very good run out of there, and very quickly gets ahead of Beans, way before the corner, and that's 1 place up for him, and doesn't need to worry about him coming back at him into the braking zone. Jet Belly still sitting in 5th. doesn't look like, he just looks like he's struggling to make a move. You know, he'll be worrying about Communist out in first, although he has got a 40-point deficit to Communist. He'll want to keep as much as he can and give himself some breathing space. LDMB Hill, the guy in P2, is a reserve, and oh, Jetbelly's going to the back of Aaron, and he's got damage. He pits because of it, so it must have been quite bad, but you could see that coming off the car. Oh dear, it's a disaster for the championship leader. Swinners and Beans have swapped places. Beans seems to be struggling a lot in these conditions here, and the field is just beginning to spread out quite a lot. Communist with a 1 second lead still over Fresh, keeping that nice and comfortably. But then it's a almost 6 second gap from second to third. These front two are just going away with it. And who's that? That's Fire King who's made a mistake, and Swinners gets through. And surely, yeah, Beans is close now. Not close enough to make a move. Obviously no DRS in these conditions, and it doesn't look to be clearing up, so we may have these all race. Obviously the drivers will know, but here at commentary we have no idea. Lewis very close to Beans. Now he's going to try it down the inside. Doesn't commit to it too much. Probably the smart thing to do, as both of these drivers sitting in the points currently. But Lewis does look eager to get past Beans here. He's not going to try it around the outside here. He's literally pushing him through the corner. He's now got the outside line. Probably going to try and switch back Beans into the final corner, and he does. That'll give him a better exit, pushing Beans out wide, and now Y-Boy Lewis is ahead of the AlphaTauri driver. But here comes Beans F1 around the outside into turn 1. Does he go for it? Still side by side. Lewis cutting the track there. That's surely a warning, but Lewis does stay ahead. And now Thrasher goes for the move on Beans F1 down into turn 3. And yeah, Thrasher is now ahead. Lewis did pick up a penalty there, but I don't think he'll be able to try and get that removed. He definitely had the room to stay off of the inside curb, and now he'll need to gain a 3 second advantage over anyone behind him. Now Jetbelly, I think he's had to pit again. Yeah, he has. He's down in dead last. P16 out of 18 drivers. And two people DNFing, 16th out of all the 16 active drivers. And I don't know what's just happened to him, whether he's got damage again. But yeah, it's a bit of a disaster class for the Alpine driver at the minute. Kyle now in the position that Jetbelly was before the collision. Only got 10% ERS though, but Aaron ahead has got even less. Well, obviously we saw Jetbelly struggle to get past the Alfa Romeos before. Can Kyle do that? It seems like he can't. We saw Jetbelly literally right on the back of Aaron, but struggling to get the overtake done. But him being that close is the reason why he got that damage. So we'll see what Kyle can do. Currently just dropping inside and then going back outside of the 1 second window. He's not going to be close enough, especially in these conditions, to be anywhere near an overtake. runs it slightly wide through there. That's not going to benefit his exit. Fire King 3-second penalty. But Communist has just seemed to stretch the lead out now. We saw a couple of laps ago, Fresh was only about a second off of him. Now, bringing that gap up by 2 seconds, he really does seem comfortable here. Yeah, like I've said previously, I'm unsure whether it will dry up later on in this race. But if he can just get a big enough lead, then if he's just staying where he is, he has no threat of the DRS of Fresh, meaning that he'll easily be able to get past. He's got rid of that by extending the gap very early on, and now he can just cruise and do his own race. Just got to try and stay off of the, stay on the track, not picking up track limit warnings, and then cruise to what I believe would be his first win of the season. Someone is going slow. I think that's Jet Belly again. Yeah, he's off again. I don't know what's going on to him. Obviously, well, Communist will be gaining 25 points on him, which would bring the championship down to 15 points, I believe. So this is awful for Jet Belly. But then, I mean, I doubt Communist will know this. So he's just got to do his own race, and well, he would have seen Jet Belly go into the pits for the damage. But you know, this is a great time for him to get himself back into the championship fight. Lewis picking up another time penalty. I believe that's 6 seconds for him now. We'll have a quick look at the penalties. Aaron Ocon just running wide there quickly though. Now, Kyle only 3/10 behind him. This is the closest I've seen him anyway for a while. But as I've said previously, no DRS here. You'll need to be a lot quicker than the car ahead if you want to make a move. And I looked to go to the outside, but the gap wasn't there. But Kyle does seem to be quicker than Aaron here. 0 penalties still, and more ERS than Aaron ahead. Lewis gets another penalty, that's him up to 14 seconds. Fast Scope though, I didn't even realise he was here. Has he got... he's got 100% ERS pretty much. Breezes past the McLaren of Kyle 91 Smith. And now he's the person who's set to chase Aaron Ocon. I mean, Kyle must have had a moment there because the gap to Aaron has gone up by about a second. So, I mean, this is Fast Scope's time to push. And you know, he's just got to close in this gap to Aaron Ocon, both of them with 3-second penalties, so he's got to do this on track. Only a third of the way through this race though, so anything could happen still. It does look like the rain is slightly becoming lighter, but I think that might just be me dreaming for a more action-packed race. Thrasher, yeah, gets the move done before the corner. Lewis goes into the pit lane. I don't know whether that will be to retire or if he's retired from the race. Bit of a shame really, he was up in 9th, even though he did have a lot of penalties which may have been the cause for that. Oh, JLT Charlie's off and not out of the race, but yeah, would have just got a lot of damage there. Well, actually no, they used reduced that. Oh, we spun. Jet Belly, yeah, he's off the track, fortunately. But yeah, they use reduced damage in this tier, so he may have just gotten away with that with 0 damage. But anyway, Swinners now is in on the fight with Kyle and Fastgoat for P5. Oh, and there is a virtual safety car. I'm not sure what that's for. Whether it be... I think that's just Charlie from the previous instance we saw him having. Speed into the pit lane, probably, yeah, it's another pit lane retirement. Down to 14 drivers in this race now. Communist the lead of them. And down at the other end, it's Jet Belly 1. Oh, Swinners! No! Oh, he spinned it under the VSD. Just tried to get the power down too early. He had the ERS on. Oh, Jetbelly's got a drive through now. It's really not going well for him. And so's Fastgoat. Fastgoat did P5 as the drive through. Oh, Swinners. It was going so well. But no, I think the rain is getting lighter. There's not a lot of rainfall, but obviously the track is still very wet. So now that's just down to 13 drivers. Jetbelly, like I said, got a drive through as well, choosing not to serve it just yet. I think if he does serve it, he'll actually be lapped, which is effectively his race over in this, as when you're lapped, you can't even unlap yourself under a safety car, so your race is just kind of ruined at that point. Aaron has closed up to Jake. Jake losing the car. Keeps it out of any barriers, but Fastgoat's got a good run on him. Goes off the track that probably would have been a warning. And yeah, chooses to serve his drive through now. Wyble Jake getting off quite lucky with that. Almost having a spin, but manages to save the car. And only dropping 1 place to his teammate, which I'm sure he won't mind too much. Fastgoat, where's he going to come out at the pit lane? Gets the pit limiter off now. I think he'll be, yeah, just in P9 behind Beans F1. Jake seems to be catching up to Aaron very quickly. Is Aaron letting him go? Yes, he is. Some team orders coming into play here. But has it stopped raining? If it has, then I'm pretty sure they might hit for mediums until the end, or they might go hard. Obviously, it's not anywhere near dry enough just yet. It doesn't look like it anyway, but it'll probably either be the mediums or the hards to go for, as you know, like 14-15 laps on the soft would be quite difficult. Aaron runs wide again. Will that give Kyle a good enough run? No. Only gains about 2 tenths because of it. Kyle does come into the pits though, and let's see what he'll be going for. Surely it's not dries already. I think it is. Yeah, he's boxed for the medium tyres. The track looked... Oh no, DRS is enabled. He could have timed this perfectly. will try and go on board with him to see what's going on. Beans comes into the pits, Fastgoat into the pits, Ski Man into the pits. I think Kyle's timed this perfectly. Let's go to Communist, see if he's struggling. Or, well, Alpha of... Oh, Jetbelly's in a wall. Yeah, it's not going well for him. He needs to box now, though. For the slick tyres. Kyle, is he struggling? No, he's gaining on Thrasher very quickly. Kyle has made the very good strategy choice here, boxing for the medium tyres just before the DRS is enabled. I think Jetbelly spun again, and I think he's about to get lapped. Oh no, he stays ahead. Communist, yep, does come into the pit lane. But now Kyle needs to be fully pushing here to see, can he come out? He's gone purple in the middle sector, which just shows you how much faster these dry compound tyres are. The Alfa Romeos are they're going to double stack. I mean, I think that Kyle would have undercut them anyway, but he should very, like, I think even both the Williams will double stack as well. But Fire King should probably get out ahead of Aaron Ocon here. Kyle past the Williams, past the Alfa Romeos, and how far behind is he? 5 seconds off of P2, but well, no, he's 7 seconds off of P2, but 6 seconds ahead of P4. Great strategy there from Kyle to earn himself a podium place. Aaron Ocon drops down to P7. Fastgoat, after even serving his drive-through, had a good time strategy and is in P6. Fire King in P5. And there's nothing too major which has changed other than that, I don't think. The main drop is just Aaron down to P7 and probably Thrasher down to P8. So let's see what tyre everyone went for. Tyre. So, oh, someone's just spun, and that's Ritzy Buffalo out of turn 2. Very easy to do. But anyway, so everyone down from 1st to P8, everyone is on the mediums. Beans on the hards, mediums for Ski Man and Ritzy. The disconnected car is on the softs, and Jetbelly only just coming into the pits to fit the slicks. And yeah, now he is a lap down, but someone has spun, and that's Fire King. Fire King off the track, down into P7 ahead of his teammate now. I didn't see what's happened there, but you know, could have just very easily just lost the car out of that corner, where we saw Jake do the same. Got more yellow flags. What's that for? Is that Jetbelly's off again? I don't know what's happened to him, but this isn't what he's like. This isn't what he's usually like. Usually very, very fast and very consistent, but today, I mean, I think after the first spin, his head's probably gone. But what's happened to Aaron? Where's he crashed? Yeah, he must have just lost the car out of here. And then maybe tried to correct it, but yeah, that's Aaron Ocon out of the race. Wow. Communist sets for the fastest lap of the race with 1 minute 33.3, but Fresh does beat that 32.8. I mean, I think that 5-second gap at the front of the field will be a bit too much for Fresh to bridge. So we got Thrasher. He has got DRS on his teammate. It's the closest. Well, these are the closest two people out of everyone on the track. So we will just go on board with these. Thrasher is closing very quickly. Does seem to be a lot quicker. I think that might... No, Fire King... He might have let him by, but that's probably not the ideal spot to do so. But now Fire King will have the DRS to maybe get past his teammate as he picks up a penalty from running out wide there. But yeah... Oh no, he's hit him! Oh no! Oh no, he's tried to move out of the way too late, and they have collided, and that's a VSC. Wow. Yeah, now we're down to 11 drivers, so JetBelly might... Well, JetBelly should still get a point here, because this guy's been disconnected the entire race, so he should not be classified. So, JetBelly's in the top 10. But now, everyone separated so much here. I mean, we could... For us here on the stream, we could do with a full safety car. But I'm sure Communist out in the lead. That's the last thing he'll want. Yeah, the closest two people we have now is Fastscope to GSR Thrasher. As now we are going green again. Where will Thrasher move up to? Because off penalties, he'll go up to P5. Big gap between the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo. But he can still get a top 5 finish here. Can GSR Thrasher. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say at this point. There's not really anything for me to say or do. And I'm here on my own, so I can't even start talking about something random to someone else. So, we're now here just watching cars pretty much do a practice session here. Let's just go through any warnings. Let's see. Communist. He has got 2 warnings. Fresh also on 2 warnings. Kyle, only 1 warning. Y-Boy Jake, he's got them 2 penalties and probably another extra warning. Fastscoped also has 6 seconds, I believe. GSR Thrasher 2, well, he's got 4 warnings but no penalties, so some must have been collisions. Probably would have got a collision penalty, well, a warning at least for that collision with his teammate. Beans, only 1 warning. Ski Man, 6 seconds. Ritzy, just 1 warning. Fresh now has got a penalty though, just as we were looking at it, and surely that's the win wrapped up for Communist. Almost a 7-second gap, plus that 3 second. He's got a 10-second lead effectively. Fresh won't need to worry about Kyle behind though. He's got a 14-second gap almost to the McLaren behind. But Kyle has got Jake only 3 seconds behind him. But GSR Thrasher now is closing in on Fast Scoped. Doesn't have a penalty, unlike Fast Scope does, but it does look like he wants to get this done on track. Just missed out on the DRS for the pit straight. Only 9% ERS compared to Fast Scope's 70 though, so that might play as a factor for when Thrasher wants to get this move done. Ski Man though is getting very close to Beans ahead. Fast Scope gets another penalty though, but the gaps are so big here that may not even affect anything. Jet Belly loses the car again. Well, I really don't know what's happening with him, but now Ski Man, you can run on board with him. You could just see the guy ahead. You just got to get within that 1 second window, and the time you'll gain on this back straight, there is just not having that DRS loses you so much time. But here comes the Red Bull, switches to the inside, gets ahead of their sister team car AlphaTauri, and has the move done before the braking zone. Does pick up another penalty though, so Beans won't be worried about not having the position at the end though, as I do, 9 seconds. Thrasher has dropped off again though. I don't know if he's just seeing them penalties from Fast Scope ahead and realising he doesn't have to make that move. Jake, I think, also has got 6 seconds, but he is getting close to Kyle. 8 tenths behind, so if he can keep this gap, he will have the DRS, and we saw how effective it is when Ski Man was passing Beans. Gap is just under a second, so Jake has done enough. But surely he's not going to be close enough to make this move. Does still try and use the overtake, but unless he goes for a dive bomb, he is too far back. We get the better run out of here though. No DRS for this straight, but I mean, you can get an overtake into here, but it's very difficult. So he's now just got to sit behind until probably the pit straight if he wants to make that move. Yeah, takes a wide line to set up the exit. Runs a bit wider than he would want to though, I think. DRS does help him close in a bit, but he's not going to be close enough for a move. On the braking now into turn 1. Runs slightly wide, but so does Kyle. And now 4 tenths separate the pair. Coming into the turn 3 and 4 chicane. Jake looking very good through there. Communist picked up a penalty, but he won't need to worry about that. Will Jake be close enough here on the back straight though? Opening the DRS. He will be gaining a lot. We switch to the inside. Kyle does. Defends the inside line. Forces Jake out wide. And does keep the position. But has Jake got the better exit? No, it looks like he'll have to stay behind. Although, the slipstream now goes to the inside and commits to it. Lots of contact between the pair, forcing Kyle out wide. And Kyle has now got a better exit. Jake spins. Does he save it? No, he's round. He's lucky he didn't have, no, he's lucky he had such a big gap to the car behind, because he's managed to only lose the position to Kyle and still have a massive gap. But Fast Scoped will have just seen that and know that Jake's tyres will be very hot at the minute, and now is a good time for him to push. Communist MV. I want to put a commentator's curse on him, but so far he has been flawless always, taking pole by 4 attempts and now leading every single lap. And he has the fastest lap, I believe. Let's just make sure Fresh does pick up a penalty. But no, Fresh has got the fastest lap. But yeah, I do think that Communist will easily win this. Except if there is a late safety car. I don't see why he can't. As we've got yellow flags in Sector 1 for the Alpine of Jet Belly again. Yeah, Communist just putting in some mega consistent lap times. Only 2 tenths off his personal best, whereas Fresh was over a second slower. Have we got any battles going on though? Kyle 22 seconds behind P2, but he won't care. He's here on the podium, it looks like at the minute. Just got like 5 laps to go. And yeah, he will be on the podium here. Everything here looks like it will be decided by penalties though. Y-Boy Jake with 6 seconds, Fastgoat 6 seconds, Thrasher 3 seconds, Skiman 12, Beans F1 3. All of them midfield places could change a lot. But you know, could Kyle get back-to-back podiums? You know, P3 out in Canada last time, and he could be on for another P3 here, which, you know, that's very good championship points. Obviously, it will be very close, just above, but he definitely can close the gap, especially with Jet Belly. Only probably going to score like 1 point today, but I think that someone's had an incident. That's Beans. Beans has spun, and yeah, he definitely could have got. Wait, I think that Ski Man's also spun, because Ski Man was ahead of Beans, but now he's ended up. No, he's pitted. Ski Man's pitted. Very easy move on Ritzy Buffalo. Ski Man, fresh softs. Maybe just to go for the fastest lap, or maybe he wasn't liking them previous tyres he was on. Now an 8-second gap to bridge to Beans F1. Ski Man with a lot of penalties though, so he may not even get P8. Is fresher. Well, Jake's back with Kyle. He's had that spin, but he's just showing his pace again, as he is almost back. And yeah, he does get the DRS off of Kyle. 10% less ERS than Kyle though. Yeah, won't be anywhere near close enough, as Beans has now pitted, probably for the soft tyre. Yeah, Beans onto the softs and a front wing change, so he must have picked up damage when he had that spin. But yeah, Jake will be seeing. Well, Fresh has pitted now. He wants to solidify that fastest lap, and he did have a big enough gap to the cars behind to hit and stay in P2. Surely Communists will maybe see this and go for it as well. Or will he want to just get a really big win? Could pick up a Grand Slam here if he does pit for the softs, but it's obviously his decision. But anyway, on the pit straight, Jake goes to the inside, down to turn 1. Kyle does brake later, but Jake has got the move done. Jake seems to be a lot quicker than Kyle, but Jake, with that 6-second penalty, surely doesn't lose out on this podium here. Kyle narrowly stays in the DRS, but crucially does so. As I've said previously, that DRS is vital around here. Ski Man getting the fastest lap now with the 1:31.6, which will probably be beaten by one of the guys at the front though. Do we see Communist come in? Yes, we do. He will get one shot at the fastest lap, as lap 26 will be his out lap, and then the final lap is his time to push. Yeah, the gap from Kyle to Jake now increases to over a second, so I think that Jake has got this P3 on track, but he will have to settle for P4, I believe, which would still be his best result of the season though, as previously it was a P5 out in Spain. Other than that, he's only got P9 in Bahrain, P10 in Baku, and P9 in Canada. So, a very good result from Jake if he can hold on to where he is. But, except if he can gain 4 seconds on Kyle in 2 laps, it looks like the podium is out of reach. 4 seconds the gap now from Fresh to Communist. Fresh will be going for the fastest lap on this lap, so we will go on board with him as he goes for it, as there is not a lot of overtaking going on except for the fight for P5, which I'll switch to in a moment. Fresh 3 tenths up. It's not purple, but Fresher, is he going to get head-on penalties? He should do. He's on 3 seconds and Fast Scoped with 6 seconds. Jake has now got the he's now got a 3-second gap to Kyle, so if 3 of his seconds do get removed, he will be on the podium. But going off what we can see, oh no, Kyle now gets a penalty. That's going to be Jake. Surely Jake gets a podium here now. What we've seen is Jake clearly being a lot quicker than Kyle today. But Fresh crosses the line, does do a quicker lap time, but it's not quite fastest lap. Communist though, this is his last chance for it. Through turn 3, runs a bit wide through there. But we've seen he's been very quick today, so surely he will have the pace to take his fastest lap. Not got a lot of ERS to do so though. Let's cut back to Thrasher as he has got Jet Belly in front of him. That could be crucial. He'll be getting DRS off of the AI car, which will help him close onto the back of Fast Scoped. Will he need to go for the move though? I don't think so. Communist approaching the... He's 1.1 seconds up. How would that change him? That's a 32.2. It's not... Ski Man has done a very good lap time of a 31.6, which I don't think Communist will be able to match unless he can gain a lot of time in this final sector. Right, through the penultimate corner for the Mercedes driver. Final corner time. Gets the power down one last time. And it's Communist MV who wins here in France and does do the fastest lap on the final lap. 1:31.5. Can Fresh beat that? No. The Aston Martin driver takes second though after a very strong drive. White boy Jake, he would have even got that 6-second gap, I think. And yeah, Jake crosses the line and gets P3. And here comes Kyle. He should stay P4 and does. Fast Scoped will be overtaken by Thrasher off of penalties, I believe. Yep. Next it's Ski Man, who is some way back. "12 seconds of penalties for Ski Man. And Jet Belly has already finished the race after being lapped. But here Ski Man crosses the line. Finishes on track in P7. I really disconnected, and I probably should have had to invite him back or something, but I didn't get pinged or anything, so not my fault. As does his AI do a good enough job to get him P7? No, not quite. Beans is just loving life here. He's just taking his time, weaving. He's slightly missing the corners, but around the final corner he comes, and he is really taking his time here. And there we go. Now that is the race done. Driver of the day goes to GSR Thrasher. Honestly, I'd say my driver of the day was Communist, leading every single lap and taking the fastest lap. It is very impressive. And now I will try and get the podium finishers into a party. And there we go, there's our confirmation of the results. Communist from pole takes the win, 5 seconds ahead of Fresh. Let me see if I can get these into the party quickly. Actually, I just need to scroll through the results first. Here we go.
Hello?
Right, yeah, hello.
Hi.
I'm not sure if the guy in second will be joining, but you know, we'll start as quickly as possible with you, Jake.
Yeah.
As it was a good qualifying from you, starting P2.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've seen in the race picking up 6 seconds of penalties, and also getting a few spins, but still managing to recover into P3. What are your thoughts on the race?
Oh, well, when I think I took Kyle, then I span, I was gutted. I thought I'm not going to catch up to him and get that podium which I wanted, but then when I saw, well, yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, your first podium of this season, I believe,
Yeah.
and your best results of the season so far, obviously,
Yeah.
other than your second best being a P5 in Bahrain, so well done to you.
Yeah, thanks.
And Fresh won't be able to join for the interview, so we'll just move straight on to Communist. Communist, can I just check you have got a mic?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, alright. So, firstly, congratulations on what I believe was a Grand Slam. I think that you led every single lap and took pole, obviously, and got the fastest lap at the end. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
What were your views of it?
Quite simple to be fair. I mean, before the race even started, the strat was always to go medium to hard. I could have another leagues. But then when the rain came in, didn't really affect me because GSR won my France race, which was in the wet. So I knew my pace was good. It was just about if the people around me could keep up. But to be fair, that Fresh guy, I don't know who he is, but he kept up for like, I'd say 10 laps, and then he kind of just slowed off a bit. But yeah, it was just simple.
Yeah, we saw you two at the front. He was only about a second behind at one point, but the pace you two had was very strong and were leading the rest of the field by at least 10 seconds. But later on we saw you end up pitting. Were you going to pit at the end, or was that
No,
just
I was
following?
never going to pit, but
his-
once I saw P2 coming for the pits, I knew that the pit time was 22.5 seconds, so I had plenty of time to pit. So I decided, okay, why not? Let's go and pit. And no,
Yeah.
my lap initially wasn't actually very good, but I managed to make up in the third sector. So
Yeah, I saw that you were running wide at the start
Yeah.
of the lap, and also Jetbelly, the championship leader. I think he will get 1 point as the guy in P10 was disconnected the entire race, so he shouldn't really be classified. But you should still. I think that's 20. Yeah, it will be 25 points it gained on him, which does take you into second in the championship and only 15 points behind. Do you feel the championship is on for you?
not yet. I don't know what happened to Jetbelly, but I still feel like Jetbelly is probably the fastest driver, and it's down to him really to lose it. Between me, Jetbelly, and B Hill, I think. So we'll see. It's still quite early. A lot of races to go, and we'll see.
Yeah, so congratulations to you, and I'll probably be ending the stream there.
Thank you.
So thanks to everyone who's